Hello, pile one. You have chosen the cards with the Phantom Tarot. So I know that the pile looks a little different to your thumbnail. That's because each group had these modern goth tarot as their conclusion cards. So each pile would look the same. So I just showed you the backs of the main tarot cards for you to know what this quick message is related to the group piles that you chose. I have picked the cards off screen. I have not looked at any of them. So this is going to be unveiled together. So your archetype card is the ocean. Your rune is Kenas. And the word card for it says Kenas is for enlightenment, knowledge, comprehension, insight, illumination, calling, purpose, and idea. Your chakra wisdom cards are passion and perception. So sacral and heart chakra. Let's make sure you can actually see these. I'll bring it down a little bit more. Your green witch is victory. And your moon witch is mirror, mirror. The beauty you see in me is a reflection of you. So I'll pause there and get to your tarot in a second after I've discussed what I'm seeing here. So the ocean represents the endless expanse of opportunities and things that you can do. So what I'm seeing here is that you see that looks like a little pearl, and there is a saying I heard someone share before on X, Twitter, says, dive into the abyss for pearls of wisdom, but always make sure to return to the light in order to see them. And as I said, that there was 222 on the timer. And Kenas is the light card. It's enlightenment. You see the owl it's got a torch to be able to read this book here. And it does say here enlightenment and knowledge, comprehension. You got an idea. You're illuminating upon this idea. So you have dived deep for this idea. And now you're lighting upon it. You're following your passion. So this card, the princess, wants to read to the blind, even though people told her that, she's wasting her time. A princess shouldn't waste her time with that. She doesn't care because she wants to serve her people, right? She wants to read to the blind, so that's what she wants. So that's what she decides to do. And the perception card here, I haven't read this one from the book. You see this young lady here has got this, looks like a cosmic egg here. And you got butterflies. Butterflies are for transformation. And this beautiful bird here going to talk to the other little birdie here. So you've got creatures of flight here. Following your passion will allow you to spread your wings and seek what it is that you want. And the beauty you see in me is a reflection of you. So the world is mirroring what you've put out. So we're only able to really perceive the world we're only able to really perceive the world in the way that we can see it. So when we shed light on it, we see the situation for what exactly it is. We see the opportunity for what exactly it is. And let me read the ocean archetype from in here for you. If I can find it easy. Oh, there it is. I almost opened directly to it. So, the power of the ocean is unmatched. To step into its salty waters is to step into the unknown. By its sheer volume, the ocean represents the unconscious, all that is beyond our understanding. We cannot live within the ocean. We cannot claim it, manage it, or own it. It rejects our every attempt to dominate nature. Yet amid its overwhelming power, it calls to us, inspires us, and invigorates our life on land. It dissolves the little us into the big us. When the energy of the ocean is present, there's a change stirring that's beyond any change you've known before. Ego must dissolve. The saline swells work on your very cells, fibers, deepest underlying beliefs. Like Aphrodite, we rise from the oceans to throw off a new being. Life is change, let the wave crash. So you're experiencing a big change in your life right now. That could be studies, it could be workplace, it could be home environment, it could be spiritual, however it resonates with you. But you're undergoing this massive change right now that is calling upon you to use your passion to light upon it so that you're getting a new perception and you're seeing the world as a reflection of you, and that will lead to your victory. I almost forgot to tell you about this card, the victory card. So you got 44 up here. 4 is stability, so double the stability. 4 and 4 equals 8. It's about wealth. And it's an Aries card too. So the fire within you is burning bright now. It is allowing you to really dive deep and bring those ideas to life. Ideas that you may have thought that you couldn't do, or maybe you didn't even know you had. Now let's look at your tarot cards. 8 of Swords. I'm going to have to lay these on top, sorry. 8 of Swords. Temperance. 6 of Wands, that's a victory card. Queen of Wands. The World. And you have the 7 of Pentacles. I'm just going to have to pop it down here. I'm really sorry. 7 of Pentacles. So, I really want to get that card up on that line. It's bothering me. There we go. So 8 of Swords and Temperance, 6 of Wands, Queen of Wands, the World, and the 7 of Pentacles. Seeing the World and Temperance here, I'm really seeing this as you are destroying the old beliefs that you aren't able to do this thing that you want to do. And you are now turning that into an opportunity to end that cycle. So 7 of Pentacles is about growth. So you are growing into this new mentality where you're choosing to end the cycle. You're standing in your power. You're standing in your power and you're saying, enough is enough. I want what I want. I got this idea. You know, the Wands really does remind me of torch energy as well. So you are standing in the light of your idea. You're standing in your light and you are deciding enough's enough, and that leads to victory. The ending of the old cycle, transforming into a new cycle, is leading to victory. And for certain cards, I always like to refer back to this. I know it's not for this deck, but I don't know. Every single time I feel the need to look in here, I always find something that adds to the message. So 8 of Swords, according to the modern Goth tarot, is vulnerability, isolation, and restriction. It can also mean you're finding it hard to get out of the restrictions or struggling to throw out unnecessary baggage. So yeah, you've been carrying this idea, this baggage around with you that you can't do this. You may think that you can't dive deep into that ocean of the self to find these ideas. You might not have believed that they were even within you or even possible for you. But now you're changing your mind about that and going, enough's enough, marching forward into this state of being where you're ending that cycle and you're growing in you. Wonderful. And your final cards are Queen of Cups, the 7 of Pentacles. So you've got that twice. It's all about growth. And the Chariot. So you are really now deciding to be strong within yourself, to grow anew, and go forward into this new idea. I think you really just needed confirmation that this idea that you wanted or this job you wanted is possible for you. Thank you for watching, and if you felt drawn to any of the other piles, feel free to go watch them. Take care and stay safe. Hello pile 2. I know this looks a little different to your thumbnail, but that's because everyone has conclusion cards, but these were the deck you chose. So I haven't looked at any of these cards, so let's look at them together. Your archetype card is the underworld. So you see all these eyes, all these bugs. You got the underworld card. Your rune is Hagalas. And the card for that says destruction, natural wrath, uncontrolled forces, testing, change, and external input. Don't get worried about this reading though. I know that might sound a bit scary. Oh no, underworld. Oh no. Hagalas. It's a chaos room, really, is how I see it. Because I see this right underneath. Joy. Something is transforming into a prosperous time for you. Are these even on the screen? I'm not even sure. Let's bring them down just in case. And you've got gratitude right underneath that. So solar plexus and third eye chakra cards here. Your green witch is luck. And your moon witch is lunar eclipse. Open the door to a higher dimension. Okay, before I get into your tarot, I can see a clear image here. So you have been in a time of difficulty. Something has felt near enough impossible for you. However, this external change, this external force, this change is good. So it might have felt really like you couldn't get out of this cycle of something really bad happening. But there is joy to be found, and you are grateful. You should be grateful for the good that you've already had, and it's now a time to express gratitude. This lady here is very clearly pregnant. Now, that could be an actual birth, or it could be the birth of an idea, but you are finding people who you can celebrate with now. Open the door to a higher dimension. Open that door to opportunity. And as I said, I saw 222. Open this door to opportunity. A door of opportunity is opening, leading you away from this time of strife and chaos and pain. And luck to me is like a fortune card. And that little bracelet kind of looks like mala beads, prayer beads. So what you've prayed for is yours. And 3 + 1 equals 4. Stability. Stability is entering into your life right now. And let me grab the guidebook for this and tell you what that says. The underworld. The underworld. Okay, so it says, this is no time to mince words. The archetypal territory of the underworld is fraught with nightmares, suffering, and pain. In the darkest shadow realm, which we try vigilantly to avoid or deny at any cost, try as we might, the darkness pulls us into its depths through disturbing dream images, unexpected accidents, illness, war, conflict, and ultimately death. Not visiting the underworld or denying its existence altogether is what gives it dangerous power. Traversing it forces us to bow humbly to the greater forces that be, while summoning the inner strength we previously underestimated. Take solace that the underworld subsumes everyone from time to time, making us deeper friends, more intimate partners, soldiers of light amid our shadowy times, facing darkness and choosing light's most profound calling of all. Okay, definitely viewing the underworld as like the Christian version of hell. So the underworld is quite literally the spirit realm, but taking it from Kim Kranz's point of view there, right? That's why I don't always read guidebooks. What they're saying really is that you have been forced to face your inner darkness, as they say, the things that you've been denying inside of yourself. Maybe you've been denying that there is anything wrong with the situation, and that is built up now to destruction. Right? You are being forced to have a tower moment. Let's see if your tower has that. You are having a tower moment where everything is coming down, and it might feel really, really uncomfortable for you, and it might be scary. However, what's on the other side of this door is joy and happiness, and you're going to be so grateful that someone has entered your life, or you found the strength in yourself to change this, because luck is on your side. Okay, let's see your tarot cards. I'm going to have to lay them on top of here, sorry. So you've got Page of Pentacles. You're ready for a change. Yep, 5 of Wands makes sense. You've been feeling at conflict with yourself or someone else. But you got the 4 of Wands right next to it. So you are entering into a time of happiness. And you've got a Knight of Wands here. Knight of Wands is marching forward with determination to get what they want, right? And you have, how am I supposed to fit this on the screen properly? It's probably it's a bigger tarot deck. You have Five of Cups here as well, so it might have felt like everything was falling apart. And maybe it was, but it was for a reason. And you've got Ten of Cups. So you've moved away from this time of feeling like everything is falling apart into a time of great prosperity. Because here we have this rainbow, which always represents happiness and joy, heavenly realms, that can represent many different versions of heaven. And you see that this family is extremely rich. Not only do they have a house and land, but they have each other, mom, dad, and kids, right? And even if you're not looking for family, you're looking for connection, and you're definitely finding that now. Okay, and these conclusion cards here, you have the Ace of Cups, the Three of Swords, and the Two of Swords. Okay, yeah. You wanted this full cup. And you're getting this full cup now. But in order to get this, you've had to face this. You've had to face the heartbreak and the pain. You've had to dig up that and transform it. Would have been great if you got a Temperance card for that. Group 1 did. And Two of Swords is about making that you're at a crossroads, right? You need to make a decision between things that might seem opposites. So you're really making this decision to end the pain cycle, and that is allowing you to have a full cup. Fill your own cup before you fill anyone else's. Yeah, thank you for watching this. Really, I think you just needed a confirmation that the clouds will part and the sun will come back. Thank you for watching. Take care and stay safe. Hello, Group 3. I know this looks different to your thumbnail, but that's just because everyone got conclusions from the same deck here. But this was the deck you were drawn to. I haven't looked at any of the cards, even though I picked them beforehand, just so I can get this message done in one go, like nice short message for you. So let's reveal the cards together. Your archetype card is the Mountain. Very pretty card. Your rune is Ingves. And the card that explains what Ingves is, so the only cards I've actually ever looked at was the rune, just so I can get the card for it. But everything else I never looked at. So you got fertility, virality, inner growth, virtue, peace, and harmony. And mountaintops are often seen as quite peaceful places, aren't they? Because, most people don't go up on top of the mountains. And your chakra cards are complacency and renewal. Both root chakra cards. You have gratitude. Group 2 had gratitude, but they had them in this deck. And you've got Hecate. Now, before I move into tarot, let me show you let me tell you what I'm seeing here. So you've been stuck in this kind of mindset of complacency. You felt that everything was fine just as it is. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? We all get stuck into that cycle of stagnation, really, because things seem to be going fine. We've got a good job, good spouse, money's coming in, school's going great, kids are happy, got friends, whatever it is that applies to you. And we're very grateful for that. We are expressing gratitude for what we have. And I think for some people here, our gratitude is turning into accepting it just as it is without making any progress towards the next step. But this is a renewal now, moving away from this winter, this frozen stage. Within runes, we have Isa, which means ice. It does mean stillness. So we're moving away from the ice into the summer, so into the spring. So the sun is coming back, and you're going, okay, it's time to start moving further up my mountain. You see, this person is in this nice warm spot here. So they need to be up here on top of the mountain, but they're happy within the mountain because it's nice and warm. Maybe that warmth is a false comfort. You've gotten too comfortable with what you have. You need to move. So inner growth, you need to start growing again. And you need to start moving. So Hecate here says change is important, release the past. So The first bit of that is what I'm focusing on for you. Change is important. We must grow, we must change, or we will become stagnant water. Or a vine, you know, will die if it doesn't continue to grow. Flowers need the sun, or some flowers don't, but in general, flowers need sun. Flowers right here. If they're not going to come out of the ground, they will never bloom. Okay, so the archetype in the book, in this little guidebook for the mountain. There we go. The mountain says, the mountain stands eternally in our awareness, calling us towards its peak. It stirs up stoic and regal feelings, reminding us of a long line of spirits, sages, sadhus, and gods that made their humble thrones within its snowy peaks. Beware, though, as the mountain can affect us in two ways. It can inspire and enliven us to rise to new heights and peak experience, yet it can also create isolation, competitiveness, and an inflated sense of self. Standing upon its heights can activate the purist and the perfectionist in us, creating separation from those who we deem to be below. No matter how high you ascend, remember is within the core of the mountain, the gems, minerals, and jewels inside. If you think it's all about going up, you're following the fool's path, missing the miner's magic. Okay, so not entirely the vision I'm seeing. But yeah, do be careful of getting competitive with others. And I think with you, you're trying to avoid the competition, right? That's why you've sought the solitude of the mountain. Is it? But yes, there are gems within the mountain. And it does say inner growth, right? Climb from within. But you've gotten complacent with the gems. You forgot that the real gem is up here, you know? The real treasure was the friends we made along the way, kind of thing. So while you're standing on top of that mountain, you are within the realm of the gods. And I think that is humbling to be present with these ascended masters and gods. And I'm taking that quite literally with what I'm seeing here for you. So I actually want to read the complacency thing in chakra before I move on. Or at least part of it. So let me grab your complacency. I am feeling the loss of my dreams. Crimson dreams. How can I redefine my dreams? How can I stop procrastinating? So you may have lost your sight on the dream. See, her flowers are dying. Her flowers are blooming. You thought because it's winter that the flowers have gone forever. And you decided to just accept that. You're stuck within that mentality of, oh no, what I was working on isn't working out. But you forgot that everything comes in cycles. The sun will shine again, your flowers will bloom. You just need to let go. Change your winter mindset into spring mindset, into growth. So instead of focusing on the decay, focus on the creation. So instead of thinking everything's destroyed, remember that it's not always going to be that way. And that message really is reminding me of Group 2's message. So if you did feel a call to that, please go watch it if you want to. So over here, 3 and 6 add up to 9. The cycle is almost complete. So this stage is almost finished and is moving into this one. So let's get your tarot cards. You've got the Empress, so creation, the Two of Cups, love, Knight of Cups, strength within your own mental state of being or your mind, the Five of Cups, which does represent usually missing the opportunity that's right in front of you, the Two of Swords, feeling at an impasse, you're not quite sure what to do, and I apologize for the glare, I can't do anything about that, and Ace of Swords. Yeah, you've let go of one of these swords and now you're taking up the other one and you're going, enough's enough, I'm speaking my mind. Yeah, I think that is a very straightforward message right here. So creation energy and love lead you to this strength within. And you are moving away from feeling like there is a loss and focusing on what you still have. Remember that there is still seeds in the soil, the flowers haven't all gone. Moving away from feeling at a crossroads with yourself, crossroads, Hecate, and moving into this mentality of taking up your sword and going, enough's enough, and saying, I'm going to speak my mind, I'm going to let this idea speak for me. And your conclusion cards are, again, Five of Cups. I really do feel like you have been stuck in this mentality of not being quite aware of what you still have available. Three of Cups, work with other people, and it's a time of celebration as well. So work with other people, they celebrate you, they're letting you know that there are still things here that are worth fighting for, and they're helping you remember to be grateful for what you have still got while you work towards the new thing. So be grateful for the gems you have found while you're moving up to the peak. And then you've got the Six of Swords. You're moving away from this mentality by focusing on the love. You've got the Two of Cups here. Yeah, I think that really what you needed was confirmation that it is okay. Love's still here, the flowers will still grow, the sun is still coming up. Thank you for watching. If you felt drawn to anything else, feel free to watch them. Take care and stay safe.